But any questions anyone would like to ask about anything?
How long did it take you to actually think of all the moves in karate?
Well, I got taught them by all my teachers, and it's been a lot, never anything. Probably what the base learning was about 5-6 years of good solid learning to have a good foundation of stuff.
Was it difficult taking GKR and karate?
Not really, but because I had other guys doing it. So it's like when you run an organisation, like me for example, I've got skills, and my main skill I guess is, I suppose I would just describe it as an entrepreneur. I have a vision for being able to do something, have an immense amount of determination. When people say it can't work, I'll just continue to try and make it work, and I've got that. But my karate is pretty basic. I don't think I'm the best karate guy in the world. I just do karate for a long time. I enjoy it. I'm not the best leader or manager. I just do it. But fortunately, I think I've been able to attract people around me. So when we've opened up other countries, we've got an administration team in Adelaide, headed by. I actually managed to coax my company or GKR company accountant to sell his accountancy business about 12, 15 years ago and come in full time. His name's Phil. Anyone know Phil? Anyone met Phil? Yep. And so it's a guy called Phil. He's one of my right-hand men, but he doesn't train in karate himself, but he's so deeply involved in our life in GKR, and he runs everything in GKR that's to do with not the karate. Nothing to do with the karate or the marketing of the karate, but everything else, legal matters, immigration, accountancy, keeping records, all that stuff. And we've got an administration team in Adelaide and in England too. Some of them train in karate, many of them don't, but that's the other side of our club, but we have that. So I've managed to attract good people, of course like Stacey and like Anthony, Brad and others who are my arms and legs, so to speak.
Can you actually hypnotise people?
Yes, I can. Do you want me to touch you? Okay, stand up. Excellent. I want you to look at my eyes. Right in my eyes. And you find yourself standing forward. You start to come forward. You're moving forward. Moving forward. You can't come forward. Moving forward. You're coming forward. Okay, turn the other way. Close your eyes. Now, my hand at the back of the neck is a magnet. And you're falling back now. You're coming back. You're coming right back. My hand is a magnet pulling you back. You won't hurt yourself. I'll grab you if you fall, so don't worry. You can't help it. You're falling back, right back, right back. Okay, so that's called... mesmeric test. Yeah, no, I practiced hypnosis as a kid, but it's a fascinating, it's a very natural thing. Do you know everybody enters a state of hypnosis every 20 minutes? Automatically, you know when you flicker in and out, and where was I for a second? Or you're driving along and you say, wait there, what's happened? I don't remember the church that I normally drive past. What happened? I was thinking about something else. You weren't unconscious, but you were in another state. And the fact is that hypnosis is a very natural thing. If your subconscious mind didn't sort of flow with your conscious mind, you couldn't operate, you'd go insane. It's just a natural thing. So hypnosis is the basically purposeful, skilled way for a hypnotherapist to be able to induce a person into a state of, you might say, inject positive suggestions into the subconscious mind for purpose of change. And it's contrary to some belief. It's totally safe and it's absolutely fantastic. It's amazing what can be done under hypnosis.
Do you teach any classes in Australia?
Teach karate classes? Hypnosis classes? not specific classes these days. I go to classes, sometimes just train, teach senior classes, but not one particular.
How long have you been doing karate?
Since 1964. Was that before you were born? Yeah, 51, 52, yeah, 51.
With the makiwara training, as well as conditioning your knuckles, does it give you better power in your punches?
Yeah, because when you hit it that way, you learn to hit it hard. It's good for power training. And of course, you must close your hand correctly, otherwise you'll hurt your hand. So it teaches you to have a correctly closed fist. It teaches you accuracy. My makiwara is only this wide with the tip, so you must hit it right. Slip off the edge and hurt your hand. Yeah. So makiwara has sort of multiple benefits. What inspired me to start GKR Karate? Well, to start GKR, what inspired me is to be able to give up my other work and commit to karate full time. But starting karate in the first place, what attracted me was the mysticism of learning something that was very exciting and represented power, you know.
How long have you been an 8th dan?
I've been an 8th dan since, wow, was it Melbourne? Who remembers? Anthony, do you remember?
Sorry, Kancho.
Do you remember?
Oh, I was actually discussing it last night. It was Melbourne World Cup.
Was it?
2009, was it? Oh, there you go.
Oh, it was 2000. Yeah.
There you go. So that's, I was trying to work that out last night, Kancho.
So,
What's your favourite kata and why?
Kurunfa. That's one of my favourite. And look, I enjoy flowing movements with karate. I mean, certain kata, all the kata I can appreciate. Some kata, for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, I just don't enjoy them as much. Can't put the finger on it. But I enjoy katas that flow and have a good rhythm and sort of reflect techniques where I can put some power into the technique it's hard to describe, but when you get to know that kata, you know what I mean. But,
So to make this style of karate, did you look at other styles to see what they were doing and kind of adapt that?
No. Because really when I started karate, I realised all I want to do is teach what I'd already been taught. But I figured I was able to, running my own club, do things that I tickle a favourite. Not to dismantle something or change something, but to have a training format that I felt good about. But mainly have an attitude in the dojo that was what I like. You know, we don't want senseis or students who are bullies or walking around like they're pretty cool and being show-offs and promoting ego. So, the whole idea of a family club was what I really want to do. So I figure I can engineer that to be that way. I see something I believe in is that, and you don't really appreciate this straight away, and I understand that, but the bigger thing about karate is what it can do for your confidence and for yourself as a person. You know, because at the end of the day, your physical karate skills, it's just a great art. You may become fantastic, you may be an amazing fighter, be able to just annihilate anyone, but so what? You can't walk around the street beating people up. And you can't sort of pray that somebody one day will attack you so you can legitimately see how good you are. So what does that even mean? It's just nice to have self-defense. But other than that, it's the how it makes you feel to get great exercise. Like even at my age, I feel just doing enough karate, I don't push it, but just do enough karate that keeps me loose, keeps my skill there, keeps me feeling reasonably youthful, physically, certainly mentally. But your physical karate, in that sense, is just a great physical activity. And that's called karate jitsu. But karate do means the way of karate. So to me, what you can develop if you really want to in terms of your self-confidence and be able to, I would say it's your mind, developing have a stronger mind, to be able to be more determined to achieve things you want to do, be able to overcome, which is really a big thing. You know, a lot of people have a low level of resistance and just give in to, oh, I can't do that, or have a low sense of expectation, or, you know, but karate can strengthen your mind to have you realise you can do better. But probably even more important than that is karate is the friendships you have in the dojo, and what we feel as we grow through training can have I don't have any other better way to put it, but a spiritual perspective, like touches your heart. You can become more softer person, more forgiving person, more loving person, be more patient, more tolerant, just a nicer person. Maybe learning to see that, you know, when you're more maybe able to hear stuff about yourself that you prefer not to hear, or if somebody tells you something, like a wife or a husband or anybody, a friend, to try and help you, steer you back on track when you've gone off, you're able to be soft enough, evolved enough to hear and listen and make a change, rather than putting a word up saying, I don't need to change, you know. So all that is personal growth, spiritual growth. And if karate can help that, if karate can touch you in a way to make you a better person, fantastic, because at the end of the day, we're all going in the same train, same direction. We'll out of here one day, whether you believe in an afterlife or not. Fact is, you know, we're all not going to be in this body anymore, and we're pretty well equal at that point. Whether no matter what your skills, no matter what your financial position, no matter how cool you are, you know, I think about, you know, Gaddafi, Idi Amin, all those tyrants, that guy in Saddam Hussein, wait there, it's all over. What was it all about, you know? It's very interesting to think like that. So basically, it's nice, I think, in karate to see that we can grow in our spirit, and it can happen if you really want it to happen. You see it that way. So that's why the relationships we have are very valuable, and the friendships. You know, we can't always be with everybody all the time, but we can have heart relationships and value that, and karate can be that catalyst.
Right.
So we're the third lesson.